Book of Psalms, chapter 7, verse 6. Arise, O Lord, in thy anger. Lift up thyself because of the rage of my enemies, and awake me to the judgment that thou hast commanded. Corporal pushing the truth, diligence, sincerity, presenting your body as a sacrifice, putting it into the cloud, not looking back, shallow mountain, hoping with letting you know your children. That we understood the elevation, brothers, and the brothers, the level of teacher, and the time of the truth, and I listen to that. The water of the house, Psalms chapter 7. Let the enemy persecute my soul and take it. Yeah, let him tread down my life upon the earth and lay my honor in the dust. Arise, O Lord, in thine anger. Lift up thyself because of the rage of my enemies, and awake me to the judgment that thou hast commanded. Still in captivity to this day. Pursue me to the book of the week. Born into this earth, when you're born into this earth, you get a social security number, you have to sign a birth certificate. You're immediately being tracked, like you're immediately being monitored by the upper echelon of this chaotic society. Esau evil, right? Giving it to the hand of the wicked. The Lord judges. You keep reading on down. Psalms chapter 7, verse 8. The Lord shall judge the people. Judge me, Lord, according to my righteousness and according to my integrity that is in me. You see, the Lord Esau Edom, right? The so-called white man, right? Starting with the international global elite, the Dukes of Edom. They got their, they got their hand on the left, right? The left of the Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. They're the power of the left hand. Lord's left hand. Yahushai is the right hand in all righteousness. You go to the book of let's go to the book of Psalms, chapter 17. Quickly, right? Let's go there. It's the book of Psalms 17. Book of Psalms, chapter 17, verse 7. Show thy marvelous love and kindness, O thou, that savest by thy right hand. You see that? Savest by thy right hand. And the right hand is Yahushai, right? We're the apple of the Lord's eye, the elect, right? You know, we was put in oppression. We was put in this this wicked system, beast system of Esau's for being, disobedient to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. And you got a lot of two-thirds Jakes, right? So-called Negro, Native American, Latino. Two-thirds of our people, right? They don't believe in the men of the Lord. They don't believe the truth, the 100% pure doctrine. They don't believe it. They believe everything on the left hand, right? And it's clear that the earth is out of course, right? Everything's catching hell, from the animals to the agriculture, especially the Israelites, the Jakes, right? Psalms chapter 17, verse 7. Show thy marvelous love and kindness, O thou, that savest by thy right hand them which put their trust in thee, for those that rise up against them. Save us from those who rise up against us. And, we're being, beaten down, worn out, right? Everyone that's against the truth, they're perishing. They're in disarray right now. The earth is in utter chaos, man. You know, from the wars, the rumors of wars, from the riots, from the detention centers being built up. These places are all going to turn and become facilities to keep Israelites, man, right? And bring on that mark of the beast, that MOTB, Revelation chapter 13 on down. This fourth industrial revolution is merging man with machine, right? And if you're not a part of this system, if you're not a walking QR code, right, because you're gonna have to be you're gonna have to bow down to this system in order to eat, drink, buy, sell, right? You know, they're gonna take all your vehicles. Everything's going electric, right? You got super artificial intelligence running the world. They're gonna use AI to really kill this ministry of the men of the Lord, the men of the truth, right? The men who's teaching, they've been teaching, putting their life on the line. We'll keep reading. Psalms. It's the book of Psalms. Chapter 17, verse 8. Keep me as the apple of thy eye. Hide me under the shadow of thy wings. Right? And this, you can directly correlate this to Psalms 91. From the wicked that oppress me, from my deadly enemies who compass me about. And who's our deadly enemies, man? Who's that man of blood? Esau, Edom. He's the wicked. They're the children of the wicked, the seed of the wicked, right? We're gonna need divine intervention to get out of this captivity. As long as we're here on this earth, we're gonna have to obey the laws of the land. But furthermore, we're gonna get worn and beat down, man, and highly oppressed under this devil, so-called white man, Esau, Edom, and all these other heathen nations, man. This is our defense. This is our way out, right? You know, judgment. We got judgment for being disobedient. Let's go to the book of Deuteronomy, right? Let's hit Deuteronomy real quick, and I'm gonna go back to Psalm 7, right? Deuteronomy chapter 28. And that's why the Lord whooping our ass, man. The book of Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 47, and it reads, because thou servest not the Lord thy power with joyfulness and with gladness of heart for the abundance of all things. Therefore shalt thou serve thy enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee, in hunger, and in thirst, and in nakedness, and in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he had destroyed thee. You see that? Until he had destroyed thee. Now, we're enslaved to this system, right? The philosophies of Esau, Edom, the traditions of man, right? All this wickedness. This is the confusion, the dust of Babylon. Is our people are lost in it, and we don't have much longer to go. This truth is not going to be here much longer, right? Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is going to, he's going to cleave the tongues of the prophets, tongues. He's going to cleave their tongues to the roof of their mouths, man. Spiritually saying, he's gonna withdraw his word, his prophets, the men that's teaching. YouTube's gonna shut down. Ain't gonna be no more truth. All the doctrine you're gonna get is false doctrine, or you're not gonna get nothing. So while you got a chance, right? This mistress of witchcraft that we're caught up in, while you got a chance here, right? This well-favored harlot, America, Babylon the Great. While you got a chance here, you need to get this truth, because you see war being instigated all over the earth. Skirmishes everywhere, right? And basically, World War III is brewing. It's brewing. Psalms, book of Psalms. Can talk about you, Esau. Psalms chapter 17, verse 8, keep me as the apple of thy eye. Hide me under the shadow of thy wings from the wicked that oppress me, from my deadly enemies who compass me about. They are enclosed in their own fat. With their mouth they speak proudly. See? They're trying to force this AI, this technology, on make themselves superhuman, make themselves invincible, right? Super soldiers. And they're using left hand wisdom that they received from Yahweh Bashim Yahushua to be a whooping stick, to be a whooping stick to the Israelites, to the wicked, to the Israelites that want to be wicked. The jakes that don't believe, they're gonna die in their unfaithfulness, man. Keep reading. It's the book of Psalms, chapter 17, verse 11. They have now compassed us in our steps. They have set their eyes, bowing down to the earth, like as a lion that is greedy of his prey, and as it were a young lion lurking in secret places. Arise, O Lord, Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword, right? A sword is being furbished, man. They got these killer bots, these drones, these dogs. Elon Musk got a army of robots, just like the movie I, Robot. So all hell's gonna break loose. They splice and dice DNA. They're changing your DNA. They're calcifying your pineal gland. We're under a heavy oppression with this devil, all because our people don't believe. So the Lord is using these people to judge us. He's gonna judge the righteous and he's gonna judge the wicked, man. So whose side you gonna be on, right? Back to Psalms chapter 7. And this is Esau Edom. He is the sword of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai on the left hand side. He's the one that's gonna, he's the one that's laying these stumbling blocks down. Ultimately, it's of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, the Lord. But the Lord is using Esau, the so-called white man, the one that's in control, that's in power, right? You see what they're doing over there in Israel right now? All them small hatters, right? Who's funding them? Babylon the Great, America, and all these other countries. They're pissed off. They're pissed at this beast. They're pissed at this harlot, right? They're pissed at, and they're gonna burn this bitch. Matter of fact, let's go there real fast. I believe it'll be in the book of Revelation. Let's go to the book of Revelation. I need to get my other Bible. Bear with me. So the Lord is using these devils to judge. Hold on, let me get the other Bible. Bear with me. Salakia. Okay, we're back. Where was we? Book of Revelation. Let's go there. I believe it's Revelation. So this the hopeful the judgment of this damn devil, man. It's the book of Revelation. Let's start here. 17, book of Revelation, verse 17, verse 4, and it reads, and the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color, and decked with gold and precious stone and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand. This is America. This is American, the elegance of America. The so-called American dream. right? Back to the golden ages, right? Right? Purple and scarlet color and decked with gold and precious stone and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand, full of abominations and filthiness of her fornication. And upon her forehead a name was written, Mystery Babylon, the Great, Mystery Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots, and abominations of the earth. See, just a bunch of confusion, right? Confusion, you know, LGBT, CDE, alphabet community, the Rainbow Coalition, um, the 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 the, the strongest military might, right? All their philosophies running rampant all around the earth. All the wickedness this place produces day in, day out, man. TV shows, the Roman circus, the bread and circus, all the distractions, right? The order out of chaos, which is on its way, coming, right? Let me get this real quick. So all these nations is, turning against America, man, for her pride, for being so proud, right? And they know this place took the Israelites into captivity. They know this place took the land of the north, the children, 1492. Built Capitol Hill from the slain Israelites, man. Gad and Reuben slayed them, took their land. That's what this place do, right? Let's get that real quick. Hold on. I think it's right here. I'll keep reading. Okay, I'll drop down a little bit. Revelation, the book of Revelation, chapter 17. Still in Revelation 17. Revelation chapter 17, verse 6. And I saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints and with the blood of the martyrs of Yahushua. And when I saw her, I wondered with great admiration. And the angel said unto me, it's 7, Revelation chapter 17 and 7, right? Because, the saints is getting worn out, beat down. And, 2/3 of our people, right? They're not gonna remember themselves. They're gonna die here, right? And the angel said unto me, wherefore didst thou marvel? Why are you marveling at this place? Right? I will tell thee the mystery of the woman and of the beast that carrieth her, which hath the 7 heads and the 10 horns, right? The Greeks, French, Spanish, Germanian Major, Germanian Minor, European Union, the British. So all these EU nations, these European Union nations, right? They're gonna turn on this bitch. They're gonna turn on the whore and burn this bitch, right? And you already see it starting to happen. It's happening right now. So we're living in prophecy. Jeremiah, prophecy, this beast system that John was seeing, John the Revelator, who we're talking about, right? He was seeing this. Right? This is the well-favored harlot, the mistress of witchcraft, right? This is the wicked queendom, man. And the Lord's gonna burn her with fire. Let's keep reading. Go down here. It's the book of Revelation. I'm gonna read down a little bit. 17, Revelation chapter 17. Book of Revelation chapter 17. Verse 16. We'll start at 15. And he said unto me, the waters which thou sawest, where the whore sitteth, are peoples and multitudes and nations and tongues. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore. Who's the whore? The well-favored harlot, Babylon the Great. So all these European nations, they're turning on this bitch, and they're gonna destroy. That's why Israel and America is headed for complete annihilation. Israel's going to get rebuilt, remade up in the kingdom, right? And our slaves is going to put this thing, put Israel back together under that iron rulership, right, of Yahweh Shah Mashiach. The 12, King David, and 144,000. Keep reading. 15. Revelation chapter 17, verse 15. And he said unto her, the waters which thou saw, where the horse sitteth, are peoples and multitudes and nations and tongues. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh, and burn her with fire. And burn her with fire. For what, man? For what the Lord did to the Israelites, man. Let's go here. Let's go to the Psalms. Let's go back to Psalms. Book of Psalms, chapter 7. And it's going to be a lot of people going up in smoke, bodies everywhere. People, man, look, the harlot, the well-favored harlot, spoken about in Nahum. This place is about to get judged, burned. 2/3 of our people are going to go up and smoke with it because they don't believe. They still calling on a false name, Jesus, Jeebus, calling that false name. They still reading these scriptures that been annihilated. They actually their doctrines are being annihilated. These Christians, these anti-Christians, they're using the scriptures the wrong way. They're not even searching out the scriptures. They're not even. And it could be paid opposition. It could be just, people sincerely lost, but they're not listening to the truth, to the prophets. The prophets are out daily. The prophets are making videos every day. They're not believing, right? And they're not remembering themselves. So they're going to have to die. And they're going to have to remain in this captivity, man, until death, man. And you see judgment going out. My defense, Psalms chapter 7, verse 10, my defense is of Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai, which saveth the upright in heart. See that? Which saveth the upright in heart. Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai judges the righteous, and Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai is angry with the wicked every day. God is love. God is love. Nah. That's why we in this position we in right now. Because everything comes with a balance, man. And this Western philosophy that all our people, all the so-called Negro, Native American, Latinos, the Israelites, this Western philosophy that all these people are cleaving onto, it's going to get you judged right along with Babylon the Great, which is America, right? So, kid, let's get this. Deuteronomy chapter 28. Deuteronomy 28:64. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people, from the one end to the earth, even unto the other, and there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. And that's what you see, right? These damn other religions, and it's just a bunch of idolatry, man. You celebrating this 4th of July coming up, and this kingdom that we're in, queendom more likely, it's damn near had its 250-year run, man, since it was established, and it's a corporation anyway, right? So it's not further to go, man. The judgment is coming. And the left hand is going to get judged, right? But right now, Israel, you got to remember who you are, because the men of the Lord, they're putting, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Kakadash, they're putting the men, women, and children back into remembrance of who they are. And it's a beautiful thing to know who you are, man, because this place is it's wicked and it's fallen. Let's go here. The book of Hosea. Book of Hosea, chapter 4. Book of Hosea 4. From the top. Hear the words of the Lord, ye children of Israel. For the Lord hath a controversy with the inhabitants of the land, because there is no truth, nor mercy, nor knowledge of the power in the land. Read down. 6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me. Seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy power, I will also forget thy children. I will also forget thy children. And you know, they put these chains on us, and now the chain is on the minds of these Babylonians. And that's what you are. If you don't know Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, you're basically a Gentile. You're a heathen. You're a Babylonian, right? And you got to get purged out your wickedness, man. You know, this place is basically, it's you know, they say circle in the drain, circle in the toilet. Your money system's collapsing. This place is through, man. It's through, and these devils know who we are, and that's why they fight so hard for the birthright, right? For eternal life, trying to put themselves in cryolabs, cryogenics, and freeze their bodies to come back 100 years later. There's not 100 years left, man. So basically, it's over for you, Esau, right? Let's get this. Let's go right here. It's the book of here we go. It's 49. Slovakia. Bear with me. It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 51. From the top, thus saith the Lord, behold, I will raise up against Babylon, against them that dwell in the midst of them that rise up against me, a destroying wind. Revelation 7:1 talks about that destroying wind, man. That's the nuclear missiles, the nuclear destruction that's coming. You think they really hitting them facilities? You think they're really hitting them nuclear facilities in Iran? Look, they're just instigating more war, more skirmishes, more death, right? And letting you know all that's going on over there is coming right here to Babylon the Great, and it's going to start there. It's starting there, assuming in the book of Joel, and the land of Yahweh's judgment, and it's going to end here, and it's going to end with a bang, right? That's what this scripture's telling us. And we'll send unto Babylon fanners that shall fan her, and shall empty her land. For in the day of trouble they shall be against her round about. Against him that bendeth, let the archer bend his bow, and against him that lifteth himself up in his burden, and spare ye not her young men, destroy ye utterly all her host. Thus the slain shall fall in the land of the Chaldeans. Spiritually, this is the land of the Chaldeans, man. You got all these scientists, these high-level witches and warlocks, you know, bringing their, what it's saying on 47, bring your astronomers, Isaiah 47, I believe it was. We can go there for a little second. We'll come back to Jeremiah 51, verse 4. Let's go there to Isaiah real quick. Right? There's this high-level witchcraft going on. And, you know, everything you see on the news, you can't believe that shit. But what you're going to get straight is judgment. Judgment is what you see on TV going out. And that's going out continuously every day. Just yesterday, 2 days ago, 11-year-old was shot and killed, man. Shot and killed. Judged by Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Why? He didn't have no protective heads. You know? No heads, hey, that's what happens when you ain't got a hedge, when you don't know the Lord, right? And it's gonna come, it's gonna come rapidly, huh? So this is the book of Isaiah, Isaiah 47. It's the book of Isaiah 47. Um, start here. Isaiah 47, verse 9, it reads, "But these two things shall come to thee in a moment, in one day, the loss of children and widowhood, they shall come upon thee in their perfection, for the multitude of thy sorceries, and for the great abundance of thy enchantments." Right? It's going out to Babylon the Great. There's a judgment coming, man. And we read that. The whore is going to get burned, man. Right? Everybody's going to turn against Babylon the Great. That EU, that European Union is going to break up. Right? And the Northern Atlantic Peace Treaty is no longer going to be a peace treaty. There's going to be destruction coming. 10. Isaiah 47, verse 10. "For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness. Thou hast said, None seeth me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it hath perverted thee. And thou hast said in thy heart, I am, and none else beside me." Let's read that in the NLT. Right? Let's read that in the NLT. Isaiah 47. Bear with me, Israel. Isaiah 47 and 10. Bear with me. And the NLT. Let's read that. So this is the Isaiah 47 and 10 in the NLT. No, I didn't say John, you damn dummy. Okay. Hold on, bear with me, Israel. So we're going to read Isaiah 47 and 10 in NLT. Isaiah. This is dragging out. We'll get to the end of it. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 47, verse 10. And it reads, "You felt secure in your wickedness. No one sees me, you said. But your wisdom and knowledge have led you astray. And you said, I am the only one, and there is no other. So disaster will overtake you, and you won't be able to charm it away. Calamity will fall upon you." This is on Esau. This is on Babylon the Great, right? All their weapons, mass destruction, right? All the science, the left-handed dark science, pseudoscience that they're putting in your faces. You know, this super artificial intelligence, right? Everything, you know, that false sense of security. It's a false sense of security, but the pride of Esau, Edom, man. He has pride. He's a proud devil. And he thinks this place is gonna be here another 100 years. You know, they just got rained on with some missiles, and they shot their missiles, their intercepted missiles, and you know, I think Iran supposedly struck a couple U.S. bases, and I think U.S. had some intercepted missiles, and I think they fended off all of them. That's what they tell us, but who knows? The Lord knows. So let's keep reading. So disaster 11, Isaiah chapter 47, verse 11. "So disaster will overtake you, and you won't be able to charm it away. Calamity will fall upon you, and you won't be able to buy your way out. A catastrophe will strike you suddenly, one for which you are not prepared. Now use your magical charms. Use the spells you have worked at all these years. Maybe they will do you some good. Maybe they can make someone afraid of you. All the advice you receive has made you tired. Where are all your astrologers, those stargazers who make predictions each month? Let them stand up and save you from what the future holds. But they are like straw burning in the fire. They cannot save themselves from the flame." And right, so the flame is coming. The burn is coming. That bosom of destruction is going to sweep through Babylon the Great and burn this whore, man. This whore is going to get burned. And, you know, all the clairvoyants, all the future tellers, your damn, you know, zodiacs and zodiac signs, all that shit, all that wickedness, all that witchcraft is going to get burned up, man. Right? It's all going. going up in smoke, man. So let's keep reading. Back to Jeremiah 51, right? Verse 4. Thus the slain shall fall in the land of the Chaldeans, right? High level witches and warlocks, and they that are thrust through in her streets. For Israel have not been forsaken, nor Judah of his power, of the Lord of hosts. Through their land was filled with sin against the Holy One of Israel. Flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off in her iniquity, for this is the time of the Lord's vengeance. He will render unto her a recompense. Babylon had been a golden cup in the Lord's hand. See, remember we was talking about that, and John was talking about that in Revelation chapter 17. Babylon had been a golden cup in the Lord's hands that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine. Therefore, the nations are mad. You see that? So they're going to turn against this bitch. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her. Take balm for her pain. If so, she may be healed, but she will not be healed. This place is disgusting. It's deteriorating. The money system's falling, just like in Rome. The money system is dwindling, right? And they putting everything. They're gonna make you niggas walking QR codes. You're gonna be a walking QR code, and if you're not a walking QR code, you're gonna be put to death. You're gonna be put in one of these detention centers, these concentration camps, these Eisenhower death camps, right? Until you comply, until you bow down to the king of Babylon, right? And these high level dukes of Edom, man. Keep reading. Right when they think they finna fill their belly, that's when Yahweh Shai gonna crack the clouds with the chariots of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, the Cadillacs of the sky, the chariots of the Lord, which are the so-called UFOs, so-called UAPs, unidentified flying objects, unidentified aerial phenomena, unidentified anomalous phenomena. They keep a name for them. Now they're calling them drones, right? Just throwing you off. Babylon's just full of dust, confusion, right? Keep reading. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her and let us go, every one into his own country, for her judgment reaches unto heaven and is lifted up even to the skies, right? The Lord hath brought forth our righteousness. Come and let us declare in Zion the work of the Lord, our power. And that's what the men of the Lord doing, man. Chanting this place down. Chanting it all the way down, right? Make bright the arrows, gather the shields. The Lord hath raised up the spirit of the kings of the Medes, right? Russia, Iran, for his device is against Babylon to destroy it, because it is the vengeance of the Lord, the vengeance of his temple, right? So it's important to come back to the power, because Babylon, all the beauty, all the fervor, everything that Esau loved. Esau loved building this place, off the sweat, tears, and the blood, the sweat, the tears of the Israelites, the Jakes, man, right? Everything he worked so hard for is gonna go up in smoke, man, in 1 hour. So we get one more scripture and we'll call it a lesson. Let's go to the book of Psalms, chapter 37, right? Let's go to Psalms 37. This is the book of Psalms, chapter. Lord willing, this is edifying to one person. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 37, and I want to start here. We'll start at 28. It's the book of Psalms, chapter 37, verse 28. And we're going to end it. We're going to end it at 32. Yeah, we'll end it at 32. The book of Psalms, chapter 37, verse 28. For the Lord loveth judgment and forsaketh not his saints. So he loves judgment, man. That's what keeps the balance, man. He's not going to forsake the ones who know him and love him, man. Right? We got a judgment for us. The right hand is going to be judged and the left hand is going to be judged. We read that. For the Lord loveth judgment and forsake not his saints. They are preserved forever. And this is what Esau wants. He wants that birthright. He wants to be preserved forever. And he's using his super artificial intelligence to do so, right? Doing wars, these riots, these protests. It's all going to lead to the men getting blitzed. The men of the Lord getting blitzed. And it's going to be, it's going to be shut down. These executive orders is not for nothing, man. They're going to come after the men of the Lord. They're going to come after the Israelites who's not in the spirit, especially, right? Who the wicked Israelites who take bribes. They're going to come for them, exactly. But the seed of the wicked shall be cut off. The righteous shall inherit the land and dwell therein forever. This is what Esau wants. The mouth of the righteous speaketh wisdom, and his tongue talketh of judgment. And that's what's happening, right? The righteous are here. The elect are here, man. They're here on this earth, tearing this place down. The law of his power is in his heart. None of his steps shall slide. The wicked watcheth the righteous and seeketh to slay him. So why you think they building these detention centers? Look it up. New detention centers going up every day, right? You got buildings getting shut down, stores getting shut down to build up more and more camps, more and more concentration camps, FEMA camps. 33, Psalms chapter 37, verse 33. The Lord will not leave him in his hand, nor condemn him when he is judged, right? Wait on the Lord and keepeth his way, and he shall exalt thee to inherit the land. When the wicked are cut off, thou shalt see it. And with that, I want to say, call her Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakar Kodash, Heavenly Father, the water, for all the wisdom, knowledge, and the understanding from the men of the Lord. You know, the elect, Lord willing, you listening, Lord willing, one person is edified. So, the water, Shalom. And double honor to the other bishops, the elders, and the apostles, the great millstone who rule well and who teach well. The men who taught me this truth led me to the 144% of the water. Shalom to you, brothers.